Hey, welcome to another episode of dMk Honey Creek Bees. This is May the 8th, 9th, May the 9th, 2020. And as you can see, we have our bee house here going pretty strong. We've got 9 hives, and we've even got a nook that we ain't got enough hives for, so I guess it's a good problem to have. However, we're not here to talk about the bee house and bees today, because dMk Honey Creek Bees has something new, and we have decided to go into backyard chickens. So first of all, I want to give a shout out to Blue Line Woodworking, Joe. I watched his video, and he built a coop, and I watched lots and lots of videos, and after watching all these videos, I really liked what Joe had done on Blue Line Woodworking, and so I kind of followed his example, and he gave credit to Carolina Coops. So then I watched all of Carolina Coops videos, and so without any plans, just by watching all their videos, I have built this myself. I have no idea how I did it, but anyway, I started on April the 3rd and I finished on May the 4th.
The Corona chicken coop.
Yeah, it's the Corona chicken coop. While we had some downtime, this is what I did. So like I said, it's really based on Carolina Coop's American Coop. So come around, I guess we'll start, we'll just start right here. The coop is 8 feet wide by 24 feet long. As the Carolina Coops, they do theirs in 6-foot sections, and they'll have double 2x4s every 6 feet. I didn't do that, and I don't know that it makes a difference, but I didn't do it. So at any rate, I did incorporate a lot of their design into so basically, like Joe says on his coop is basically a Carolina coop. My coop is basically a Carolina coop. So we have the double Dutch doors, so that we can go in here and we can throw stuff in without letting the chickens out, or without letting our beast of a 8-pound miniature schnauzer terrorize the chickens. Also, like Joe, I ordered the chicken wire, this coated wire from Critter Fence. It was more expensive, but it's coated and it's black and it looks really good. So we got the carabiners, just like Carolina Coops recommends. I went ahead and put some eye hooks up here so that I can hang my carabiners on. And coming in the coop here, we decided to put a metal roof on ours. And let me tell you, this I have never done a roof before. So this is called a 512 roof, and it means for every 12 feet it goes up 5, or for every 12 inches it goes up 5 inches. I think that's the way it is. Anyway, it like to kill me. I almost threw my hands in the air and hired somebody, but eventually I figured it out. And the only way that what really gave me the issue, if you go on your regular saw, your cutoff saw, you're gonna have a mark, a D10 at 31.5 degrees, and it turns out that's the perfect set for a 12.5 roof. So my angles were easy. It was the rafter length that gave me fits. I just couldn't figure out the length of the rafters. And finally I found I just typed in Google search rafter calculator, and I put in my dimensions of 8 foot wide, 512 roof, and it gave me the length of the rafters. And it pretty much, I wanted a 6-inch overhang, So that's how I made my, you can see, you'll be able to see on the outside. That's where I made my bird mouth, and it just worked out perfect. So if you decide to do one of these, Google rafter calculator. It'll save you a bunch of headache. But anyway, as you can see, we did the, I can't even think what you call them now, but they make it a lot stronger. I'm having a brain cramp. Everybody knows what those are. And I pretty much got an 8-foot ceiling in here. There's plenty of room in here. It worked out pretty well. Also, I did the chicken ladder just like Carolina Coops did theirs. Instead of running a board with the little things on it, I went ahead and made this because I had lots of leftover wood. So this was easy to do. Polycarbonate. I bought this at Home Depot. I got a sheet. It was 8 foot by 4 foot of polycarbonate for $153, I think. And then I bought a 140 tooth fine cut saw blade for my circular saw, and it was a dream to cut. It was so easy. So all my windows open, and I got my dowels. I can put them in here. So for the summertime, there's one on both sides. I can open up all of the windows all the way around and get plenty of ventilation. Mm-hmm. But right now in Georgia, on May the 9th, it's 40 degrees here in the morning. So, oh, I forgot to put my dowel back in. You can see there's one on both sides. But we're having some unusually cold weather for right now. So I got the windows closed. I'll talk about the rain barrel when I get out, when we get around to that side, but we'll talk a little bit about it right now. So this is the same setup that Carolina Coops uses. And what I did was I just went on to Craigslist, our Facebook Marketplace, I can't remember which, and I just searched for food grade barrels. And I found this food grade barrel for $15. So I went and bought it, and then all the hardware I bought mostly off of Amazon, and there'll be a list of the parts that I used for Amazon, including the heater and the pump. And so what the deal is right now in the summertime you don't have to worry, but in the wintertime I wanted my chickens to be able to drink water without me having to worry about it freezing. So you see this black line here goes up. There's a power outlet right up here, and there's a barrel heater or a plastic safe 1,000-watt heater in the bottom of this barrel, and it heats the water up. Well, then that keeps that water heated. Well, then the pump here is a small pump. It was a solar powered pump, but they make a converter for it that you can plug it in. And it's like 1 to 2 gallons per minute, so it's not very strong. But all it does is circulates the water. So the water will come out of the spigot there. Pump will pump it at a slight bubble uphill, because if you get air in it, and you don't want it to run down to your pump. So the air, there's a slight bubble on the line, and so it pumps it back up, and it pumps it right there back into the barrel. And that just keeps the water circulating in the wintertime, so that the heater warms it, pump circulates it, nothing freezes. I hope it works. We really don't get that cold here in South Georgia. I'm right below Atlanta. So hopefully, it might get down to the teens every once in a while. Hopefully that's not going to be a big issue. So anyway, we got our little pool here that we're not locked in, so we don't have to call anybody and go, help, get us out of the chicken coop. So we'll just work around. I built my ladder eaves on here just to give me a little more rain coverage outside. These lights, thanks to Joe again for recommending these at Blue Line Woodworking. They say imitation is the purest form of flattery. Well, let me tell you, I imitated the hell out of Joe and Carolina Coop, so I hope they're flattered. I think it's also called plagiarism, but you know. So right here, I went to Home Depot, just a box store, or Lowe's, I don't remember which one. Just bought some gutter, put my gutter up. This downspout filter came also big box store, and I got the 6-inch. Oh, look at that! See how well that works? Look at there! Wow! So I got this 6-inch. Get my fingernails under it to get it out. There we go. Bought this off of Vent My House, I think it was. 6-inch vents, Vent My House. And so this has the little bitty mesh. I don't know if you can see it, but hopefully this will keep mosquitoes out of it. Got the big mesh, keep big particles, and the little mesh to keep mosquitoes out. So that just fits right down in there. It'll pop in. I just used a jigsaw. They make a 6-inch hole saw, but I didn't have one of those $50 things. So I just marked it on the outside with a magic marker, Sharpie, and used my jigsaw to cut this out. Same thing with this down here. I just used a, I can't remember now if it was a 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch hole saw, and cut those out. But this came off of Amazon, and it's a 4-inch smooth downspout. So there's nothing up here to stop the water, and you'll see that on our. I've got a down in the comments below, or the description below, I'll put the link to our Amazon list, and you'll see this. It was nice. Nothing gets caught in there; it comes straight in. And that's just, I mean, this thing just was great. Another thing about this rain barrel that I did differently, we have a rain barrel on the bee house over there. I don't know if you can see it from here. Can you see that over there, Karen? Well, we got a rain barrel on there as well. And I put my downspout, I mean my overflow, like most people, I put my overflow up here. So there's a pipe there's a 90-degree elbow, runs down and runs out onto the ground. But when you do this down here, you lose this much water in your barrel. So I didn't want to do that. So I got the idea, again, imitation is the best form of flattery. I plagiarized a lot of people for this. So I found this idea on rainbarrel.com. So what it is
get around here.
So what I got here is a 1/2 inch, not a 1/2 inch, a 2.5 inch bulkhead fitting. So there's a 90-degree here, and inside there's also a 90-degree that goes in and runs up. Then I got a pipe that runs just about to right here. So what it's like a toilet overflow. So the water, when it reaches up in here, and I've got it beveled just a little bit to reduce friction. The water reaches up here, it'll overflow into that pipe, run down here, run into there, and run out way back over there somewhere. There's a 6-inch pipe in the ground. There it is. And I got that for the overflow. That way, the water, if there's overflow, water runs out and runs away from my chicken coop, and I don't have water in the chicken coop. What this is now, the base is 24 by 24 by 2-inch concrete paving stones that you can get at Home Depot, and they have them. I've seen them. So there's one down there, and then I've got what was it? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 8 just regular cinder blocks, and I got them where they interlock with each other. And then I got another 2-inch paving stone on here, and that gives me enough height that the water pressure in the summertime will feed the chicken wand. I think they say you need like 24 inches. to get good water pressure. But this does the trick, and I've got the same system over there on the bee house. So here we have our chicken feeder. So what we'll do is I'll unscrew this when our chickens get old enough. We have young chickens right now. So we'll unscrew this, put our food down in there, and it runs down into there where they can get the food down there. That way I don't have to go in the coop to feed them. And this gives me enough food that should last at least a week, so that we don't have to worry about feeding the chickens. Our nesting boxes, we have two, one on each side. And this again is identical to Carolina Coops. I got my carabiner here so that the critters and the animals, especially raccoons who have thumbs and pinkies, can actually open things. But my nesting boxes, like Carolina Coops, does not open from the top, because that scares your chickens. The chickens are used to overhead predators. If you open it up, it scares them. So ours just opens up like this, and you can reach in here and pull out your eggs. And these partitions are removable so that I can have one big open area if I want it. We've got that closed off now because, like I said, our chickens are too young. The chickens that we have 3 that are 6 weeks old, 2 that are 7 weeks old, and 4 that are 3 weeks old. So as you can see, as I said a while ago earlier, our hen house is 6 feet width, or 6 feet long, 8 feet width. And we use the deep litter method. So now I have to give a shout out to City Chick of Atlanta, who had they had the natural hemp bedding that we use. You see I've got my carabiner hanging already up here. So this opens up, and our chickens are, like I said, we've got 5 in here now. We've got 3 lavender Orpingtons, I think that's right, Orpington, and 2 buff Orpingtons. And they're old enough that they're not supposed to need the heat lamp, but it's been so cold in here, and they're right on that verge of whether they need it or not. So we went ahead and added the heat lamp for now. Got a barrel bolt in here. This opens up. Barrel bolts on both sides of here. If we want to do the clean, this, like I said, this is the deep litter clean out. Deep litter. This is hemp, natural hemp bedding. And supposedly, we'll find out. Supposedly, you only have to clean this once a year or 2 years. So we'll see. I got my roosting bars, and as you see, we got these are the nesting boxes here. We got them covered up with cardboard because our girls are too young right now. They won't start laying until 16 weeks.
20, I think.
20 weeks, something like that. So we'll see. But plenty of room in our hen house. We hope to have right at 16 chickens total for this. We've got 2 roosting bars, 8 feet long, supposedly 1 chicken per foot. So I think we're right in the ballpark to how many we can have in here. I hope. And so that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, please give me a shout out. We didn't really do any videos on building it. I have lots of pictures of the construction. But if you'll watch Joe at Blue Line Woodworking, he pretty much goes through it all. Like I said, there's a few things differently. He built the Carolina Coop, and I built the American Carolina Coop. He didn't add the extra 6 inches off here that I did, but it was really simple. As you can see, most of the construction was done using pocket holes, And I've never done that before, but man, that made it so much easier, so nice. That pocket hole kit thing works like a dream. Things that I can tell you that I did that I wish I had done differently. I had to go back and add these boards here are not supposed to be there. When I put my rafters in, my floor joist. I put my floor joist running that way, and so the ones on each side are butted up right up against the chicken coop sides. And when I went in to put my wire, my critter fence wire, it's called something. This is actually called something else. God, I'm having such brain cramps. You have to forgive me.
Need some air sup?
I do. Hardware cloth. Thank you. So when I went to put in my hardware cloth, I realized on the top I had nothing to nail or to nothing to put my staples in.
Oops.
So I had to go back and add these. So if you're going to build one, make sure you put your hardware cloth in before you put your floor joists in. That way you don't have to add this extra board. I mean, it looks fine, and if I hadn't told you, you probably would have never known. But I know I did it wrong, and so if I had it to do over again, I would probably do that better. I only used the bottom boards here. These boards here are pressure treated, and then on the bottom you can't see. You can see inside there. The base is 4x4s, pressure treated 4x4s, 24 feet, 8 feet by 24 feet, pressure treated 4x4s. Also, underneath all this is a predator apron. It comes out 2 feet, and you can see the wire. You can see the wire. Well, let me find a place. Over here you can see the wire. Come here over here, Karen. Just so your people know that it's under there. Here you can see the wire. So there's a predator apron that goes all the way around the whole thing, and it's stapled in. The other thing that was really nice, that really saved me, was I bought the DeWalt battery operated stapler that shoots the 1/4 inch and up to 1.5 inches. I use the 1/4 inch by, I think, 3/4 inch staples, and if I'd have had to hammer those staples in, it'd have taken a week just to do that. So that really made things a lot easier using that gun to do those with.
Did you mention the little water nipples for the...
I mean, I bought them off of Amazon. You'll be able to see those on our Amazon list. And I think that's pretty much it for this video. Like I said, if you have any questions, hit me up down below. This is the first time I've done anything like this, so don't roast me too bad if you see something I did wrong, see something I could have done better. Too late, it's already built. Again, thank you very much to Joe at Blue Line Woodworking. Thanks to Carolina Coops. Thanks to City Chicks of Atlanta. I think that's all the thanks I need to give. But those, especially Blue Line and the Carolina Coops, couldn't have done this without their going before me, and without their expertise and me learning just watching what they had done. So if you have any questions, let me know. All right, thanks. Have a good one.